Hi, it's Jon Binnie. I'm a spiritual mentor based here in Scotland, and I'd love to share with you this beautiful experience I had with helping a client this week as they wanted to talk with their relative who had passed over, had deceased just this week. And so I had this beautiful honor of sitting together face to face with my client, and we set up a spare seat for their deceased relative. And then I created a safe space around us, and that really helped me and my client feel really safe to know that the energy, that the being that we invited into that space was absolutely and could only be their relative. And when their relative came into this space and sat in the chair, it felt really beautiful. I could feel their personality, their energy, and their love for my client. And because it was just a few days ago that they died, there was still a very strong connection between them, and like a strong physical world, 3D world connection. And so once I'd set up that safe space and invited them in, my client was able to ask their relative some questions. And those questions were initially answered kind of indirectly. So their relative would talk to me and I would relay this message back to my client. And the relative wanted to then like step into me and channel through me, to speak through me. And I described that I was a little bit nervous because they had a very strong energy and a very strong personality. And I knew that that's quite a shift to my energy and to my clients, and that it would be a bit of a change, like it would be a vibrational shift for me to take on that energy, even temporarily. But I was honored to help, and so I allowed them to come in for that moment and talk through me. I felt like my voice didn't particularly change, just that my words and my vocabulary changed, and my energy changed as I channeled the deceased relative. And it was really beautiful. It was a real honor to then just share that with my clients, and so we could freely converse between the two of them. And John was more sat there as a third person, spectating for just a little while, just for a few minutes. And so lots of questions were asked and lots of love shared both ways. And it was really beautiful. The process was really a reaffirmation of the timing of why this had happened, when it had happened, and just this mutual understanding of the love between them was so beautiful. Like my client and their deceased relative were just so already at peace with each other, and they were very, very close, and they wanted to be together at the time of the passing. However, it was all in divine timing, and their relative had chosen that place for them to be, that time and space. So that was really, really beautiful, a real honor. And I really loved that my client had really helped me go on a journey this week to someone I've previously been very shy or too scared to share these abilities with others. And so it was a real opportunity to step into all of me, all of Jon Binnie, not just the guy that's doing music all the time, but the guy that can help people in many different dimensions and mentor them through their spiritual journeys. Was just such an honor. And so it's a real gift to be able to bring these two souls together and continue to communicate. And then towards the end, I was able to pick up on the advice from the the relative, and this was that they would like them to plant a tree in the garden of their new home so that they could see that grow. And every time they were in the garden, taking a moment or meditating, whatever they chose to do, that my client could always connect with them. And that there's other trees in other locations as well where they could connect. And really, at any time, just to place their hand on their heart and say their name, and they'll be with them. So that was really, really beautiful. And for me, it also felt really powerful because it had been a journey for me to get to the stage where I could do this in person in a context that was really very raw to me, and especially to my client in just the early stages of grief, and still very much in shock, and also a great opportunity because I've lost many people in my life over the last few years, and I've always wanted to be able to reach out and help communicate, to help bridge the gap, help people feel, and help them, if they believe it, help them understand that our souls are infinite, and that even when we die, we're still able to communicate to an extent, and in particular with our energy and our emotions, we're still able to communicate with each other. And that you don't need a medium, you don't necessarily need me, you need the belief, you need that feeling in your heart that it feels right for you. And that it's real. It's all very real. And I feel like many people that lose someone in this lifetime are able to communicate to an extent, all to different extents, and all in very different and unique ways, with their friends, their relatives, their loved ones, their work colleagues, whoever it is that have passed over, that their communication still exists, and it exists in our hearts. We are multidimensional beings, and so are the souls of our relatives, friends, and loved ones that have passed over. And yeah, I just wanted to share this really beautiful experience, and I'd love in time to do more of this, and to help others. And so if this resonates with you, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching. Sending my love from Scotland. I love you.